Tema from the Archives, the history how we covered fusion power. A triad cover story stroke the decade destroys all on again of fire with fusion power. January 1972. From the quest for fusion power, in the case of fusion power, the potential long-term societal rewards are so enticing and the possibility of success so high that a major, truly international research effort has developed over the last 2 decades. The United States has allocated over $400 million for research its controlled thermonuclear reactors to date, and the USSR more than twice that amount. There seems little question that eventually either fusion energy or solar energy will be called upon to deliver the enormous quantities of environmentally gentle power that man will need. We shall be able within 5 years to say whether significant amounts of energy can be obtained from controlled fusion. Within the next 20 to 30 years, or whether fusion power development will have to wait much longer. October 1983. From the trouble with fusion. The goal of the fusion program is to produce a reactor fueled by deuterium and tritium, isotopes of hydrogen containing 1 and 2 extra neutrons. This choice of fuel assesses the problem of achieving an energy-producing reactor, but also has features that make it more difficult to turn that energy source into a usable power plant. The most serious difficulty concerns the high energy neutrons released in the deuterium-tritium reaction. This particle damage the reactor structure and make it radioactive. A chain of undesirable effects ensure that any reactor employing DT fusion will be large, expensive, and irreversibly short of power. When these drawbacks become more widely realized, disillusionment with the fusion program will weaken the prospect for the other fusion program, no matter how wisely directed, for decades to come. May or June 1994. From warming up cold fusion. The cold fusion effect is one of the most intriguing scientific puzzles of this century. It's still open to question, but practical work does not always follow immediately upon discovery. Superconductivity was first observed in 1911 and languished for most of this century. Today, we have magnetic resonance imaging system and still predict the basic principle of a laser before 1920. Decades later, we have supermarket checkout scanner and fiber optic communication. The comparison is not exact. The theory of laser was well accepted for decades before anyone figured out how to build one. It is upon the scientists performing the experiment that will transform cold fusion from laboratory phenomenon into something of lasting value.